What's your love life like?
Oh, it's complicated.
Yeah,
it's
tell us more.
I mean, I like to have fun.
What does that mean?
I'm on all the apps, I like to hang out and have fun.
So, like, what's the last, like, hookup you had? How does that go down for a girl like you?
I have, like, one regular hookup that I like to see, like, weekly. And then other than that, it's just kind of
What's that guy like? So, like, a white boy, black
He's
guy?
Latino.
Latino?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's, like, a short Latino guy.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about him? What does he do that makes him your regular? There must be something.
Well, his dick is my favorite thing about him.
Oh, okay.
Good answer.
All right.
Yeah. So he's 27. And he's Latino, so he lives with his parents.
Of course he does, yes. Of course.
So I sneak in through the back at night.
Oh,
wow.
You sneak into his parents' house.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
Oh my God, it's kind of hot. Have they ever caught you or that?
No. Oh wait, his uncle caught me one time because I left too late, and they were like coming up for work or whatever.
Right.
I was like, hola.
He's like, hey, some pink-haired chupacabras in the backyard right now.
So this is a chick from a Kill Tony episode named Margot. Don't bother trying to look her up or find her because she is not famous. I, couldn't find anything on YouTube of her doing any other stand-up, and she was only doing stand-up. But the reason I'm posting this is because one of the main things that she mentioned is the guy is short. That's one of the main things she mentions with the S. And the thing about that is a lot of guys count themselves out for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to go over this a little bit in detail, but being short is one of the reasons. People, especially dudes who watch a lot of these manosphere videos and be in the comments and stuff like that and the doomers and stuff like that, they really think that because I'm short, I can't get babes, I can't get women. Women are not into short guys, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. That's what guys believe and that's what guys think. This right here, and I'm going to go deep on this a little bit, not too deep, but bruh, this right here is the type of shit that you need to see to affirm to you that that's not true. Now, this girl is not a 10. I don't think she's going to be a 10 in your book. She might not even be attractive to you. I think she is average. She's cool, but she might be hot to some of y'all, man. She might be hot. I don't know, man. It really varies. But, I could say that and I could get into my bag and go into all the things on that topic. But just because she's a woman that is fucking with a short dude, and that proves to you that there are women that are fucking with short dudes, I had to go beyond this clip and find an actual episode and get more. It was an episode with, I think the dude's name is Adam Ray, if you want to try and look it up or whatever. It's like 6 something or whatever. But as far as what the chick does, she's in a major city in Texas, and she does SaaS, tech sales, software as a service. So when you're doing tech sales and stuff like that, that's a good ticket. That's good money. We're going to look at some more details about who she is, though.
Margot, what do you do for work?
I'm in SaaS sales, so I sell technology, software as a service.
All right. Software as a service. SaaS. I've never heard of that before.
I shouldn't have used that word, but yeah, it's tech sales.
Okay. All right. And you haven't had a drink in over 3 years, but by the color of your hair, I'm guessing you love Bud Light. No. You consider yourself a hip person?
I'd like to think so. I'm a hip mom.
How old's your kid?
He's 10.
Whoa, 10 years old. How old were you when you had this kid?
25.
Oh, okay. Wow, you've taken good care of yourself.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I quit drugs. It was work.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was sober for 7 years. I got sober when I got pregnant with him, and I had a 5-month sabbatical.
Okay, what happened in that 5 months?
I did all the drugs. Like, there were so many drugs that came out.
But that's not all. What about the baby dad?
He's in California.
Okay.
Yeah, we just saw him for spring break. He was in prison for like 10 years.
Oh, wow. Damn.
For what?
Yeah, exactly.
Drugs.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So with that, I had to let all of that run to paint a picture of who the woman is. And we could go over just some of the things, not all the things, just some of the important things. She's 35 with a 10-year-old with a ex-con baby dad who is fresh out of prison, and she has a career, but she's engaging in hookup culture. And guess who she's engaging with? A short guy that lives with his parents. And she's not even bringing this cat over. He's not even going over to her crib. And she make money, right? She's going and sneaking into his parents' cribs and having sex with him. That's what's going on. Oh, and she's done drugs before and all that stuff, and she used to be a drug addict and stuff. So, with that being said, just look at everything, and you could just take away, like, you could look at her, and not as an individual so much. You just want to look at just the image, the pink hair, the frame and stuff like that. She's got kind of a fit frame, maybe a little chubby, whatever. But you want to look at that, and then you mainly just want to look at the attributes that we said. You want to look at those. That's the majority of women that are in hookup culture. When you look at hookup, because that's one thing that I left out, that she is messing around and things like that. That's what she says, I'm on all the dating apps. She wouldn't just say I'm fucking. She said they got to do the run around in the covert language, I have fun, that type of shit. Because they just not going to be overt and just say, yeah, I'm getting crammed with cock. They not going to say that. So with that being said, when you look at that, that is the image. That is a good image of she embodies a lot of what you will deal with as far as the type of woman that is heavy in the hookup culture. That's just what it is. So I needed to paint that picture for you just because that picture is there. Now, let's get to the main point. The main point of the video is this. The bar in your mind is not as high as a lot of you are setting it. Let me say that one more time. The bar for you is an individual to be out here having casual sex if that is what you want to do. Is not as high as some of you are setting it. Let me also say, because this is the main point, it's not as high as these other guys are setting for you on their channels that are trying to sell you courses and shit. This is just the real. So I have to show you things like this because either you don't see things like this, but just honestly, these guys are not going to show you things like this. They're not going to show you things like this. And if you don't see it in real life, if you are not around people who are really in it, and if you are not really in the trenches yourself when it comes to this game shit, then like, you're not going to know this is what's going on outside. Let's go down the list. Like, let's just, and it's not even a long list when it comes to this situation. A lot of guys, you'll see a lot of guys, especially in the black pill shit, looks maxing and all that shit. Oh, man, if you short, chalk it up, man. You're going to have to overcompensate. You're going to have to get muscles. You're going to have to, oh, man, you better make the most money. Oh, man, everything, man. You better have everything going, man. Oh, man, if you're short, it's over for you. One of the most, I don't even know how to say it another way. Like, bitch getting this dudes that I know is like 5'6", bro. And he's a shooter. He's not a sniper. That boy is a shooter. That's just what it is. And if you don't get the lingo, he will go like, bruh, he's going to approach anybody, anywhere, anytime. He doesn't care. And he's blunt. He's direct. He's with it. He know, and even bruh, he can finagle some shit, bro. He really good with the shit. One of the best. Legendary. That's just what it is. So, you guys get caught up in your insecurity about being short, and you see, you looking at NBA players, and you're looking for all this proof of like tall dudes who get women, and some tall dude in high school, the jock, he had the bitch that you had a crush on, and now you're shattered, and you've been shattered, and you're 38, and you still don't get it, or whatever the case may be. I don't know how old you is, bro. But listen, man. it's short dudes out here really getting it. That's just what it is, man. You have to, if you don't see it in real life, if you gotta seek it, bro. You gotta seek it and see it, bro. Because I feel like seeing the proof is going, and even it really don't matter that much. Like, yeah, chicks will say that shit, but like chicks say a lot of shit. Chicks say they don't fuck with broke dudes, but guess what? Here's a chick fucking with a broke dude. Wow, who would have thought? Because you look all over the internet, nobody wants a broke dude on the internet, but guess what? Broke dudes are having fucking sex. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Guess what you will see on the internet? Some babe complaining about her broke baby dad. Wow. Nobody likes broke dudes. Yet these chicks are having kids with broke dudes. What's going on? So you have that. Let's get that out the way as far as just the short shit. And I already touched on the broke shit a little bit. When you in your late 20s, like, one of the expectations, and you'll see it if you look on Facebook or you look on Twitter sometimes, man, chicks will say, like, a dude don't got all these things, his own car, his own crib, et cetera, all this stuff. Like, no dude can say that. And that shit really be the bare minimum. That shit really be the bare minimum. Even outside of this example, I know another guy who is also not the guy I just named, but is also short as fuck, gets a lot of bitches, and guess what? He's one of the brokest motherfuckers I know. And he actually gets a lot of babes. He be having threesomes and shit with no money, man. So let me correlate that to what these niggas tell you. They tell you that you have to be a high value man. They tell you that you need to focus on your money, and women are just going to begin to rain from the sky, and you will have to get an umbrella, a titanium umbrella, to keep the bitches from falling on you because you're just making so much money, because money is the only thing the bitches care about, right? That's the only thing that they care about. So that's what they tell you. You need to, start doing push-ups and sit-ups, get fit and all this crazy shit, and just, get 6 businesses and be a high value man, right? This chick that you see in this picture is sneaking into someone's parents' house. This guy is pushing 30. She is 35. And she is riding the cock of that guy in the motherfucking basement. This broke guy who lives with his parents. They would never tell you that this exists. They would never tell you that this is a thing. They would never tell you that this is this. And guess what? This is the thing that you might have overlooked. This woman is not embarrassed about this, fam. She is on stage telling motherfuckers about this shit. And guess the one thing that she likes about him? She likes his dick. That's what she said. That's what she said. It's comical. It's funny. But listen, this is the reality. This is the reality that cats is not going to tell you because they want you to buy the fucking course, man. I don't got to drill this any further, man. It's just like the whole high value man shit, it's to some degree, it's a myth. Don't get it twisted. I say to some degree because these guys make you think that you cannot get a woman without it, and that there's no in between, and that, only like 8% of men are having sex and they feed it, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, it don't take all that. It don't take all that, man. And if I give you something, I'm gonna give you a little something, bro. I'm gonna give you a little something at the end of this, man. And I'm gonna keep it simple so I can keep the video short. Confidence is key. Confidence is key. Confidence is key. The whole thing about this is you're gonna be figuring out how to get confidence. I know short dudes. I know ugly dudes. I know fat dudes. I know short, ugly dudes. I know short, fat dudes who all get babes. And let me tell you, the one thing that all of them have in common is, yeah, they got some personality. You got a personality. Listen to this, you got an actual personality that you display when you with your actual friends and stuff like that. But confidence is the key thing. That is the key factor if I were to break down everything about these dudes, confidence is going to be the main factor that makes these dudes get women. And even then, when you look at somebody that actually looks great and all that, they're still going to have confidence. So that's just what it is. Now, the short, ugly dude that I know, he has delusional confidence. Like, when you hear it, you wouldn't even believe that he believed the stuff that he's saying, but he really does. And it still puts him in a position to get babes. That's just what it is. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of dudes, they get their confidence from, like, playing sports or whatever the case may, like, they got a point of reference to where they are confident somewhere in their life. And the short dude, he was very arrogant in sports. He was very arrogant in sports. So when it came to everything else, including like anything competitive, he was on that. He took that same confidence, applied it to babes. And that's just what it is. Now, there are other things about that, like, oh yeah, I could get into attraction and all that stuff, because attraction is still going to be, one of the factors and things like that. But the thing that I'm trying to tell you with this is the bar is not as high as they telling you. So outside of a lot of things like, being attractive and stuff like that and all of that we're not going to get into, because, again, the bar is not as high as you think it is, and outside of vibing with women and things like that and knowing how to vibe and stuff like that, the one thing I am going to say, two things, is really going to come down to this. It's really going to come down to these two things, because there are going to be women who want you. There are going to be women who don't. It comes down to you having that confidence. It doesn't even I'm going to keep it so real with you. It doesn't even have to be a ridiculously high level of confidence, but there has to be some confidence in you enough to take a risk. Those are the two things. You have to have that confidence. You have to exude that confidence a little bit, and then you have to take the risk. You have to take the risk. And after you take the risk, one or two things can happen. You can get rejected or accepted, one or the other. And if you get rejected, then you just move on to the next chick. But if you get accepted, you move on to the next step. That's just what it is. The game is really that simple, man. So I'll be doing more breakdowns in the future and stuff like that. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out.